Athleisure is such a trap. But Harry Potter ate in those glasses.
He did.
When you do a lot of yoga, like hot yoga.
Bitch, wear a flip-flop!
Sometimes I do.
You need to figure out who you are to bring your style to the next level.
So, if you're looking for tips on confidence and how to wear whatever the heck you want, no matter where you live, this is the episode for you.
Hello!
Hi!
Hi guys, welcome to my video. And this is episode 3 of Fast Fashion. Yay! The show where we eat fast food and then talk all about fashion. And today I have a very special guest.
Hi, I'm Maddie.
Hi Maddie, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
We're gonna jump into all things Maddie and break down a few really fun topics when it comes to fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But first, you know the most important order of business. Food.
Chicken.
What are we eating today?
Today, we're going to Raising Cane's.
Perfect. I actually haven't had Cane's in a while.
Anybody who says that Raising Cane's isn't good is a hater, and they're lying to themselves.
I don't know where I heard this. Actually, I think my brother told me. I don't know if this is true or not. He said that out of all the fast food chain restaurants, Cane's has the worst quality chicken. I like Cane's, so I'm not a Cane's hater.
They got Flava Flav in the front right
go.
now.
Okay, well, we're gonna head out and go get our food. Hi, can I get 2 3-finger combos? One with Coke and the other one with Coke Zero? Can I get an extra sauce, please?
Just one?
Yes, or do you want one? Thank you.
You're a saucy bitch, huh?
Oh, yes, girl. I cannot
She
eat
said, I'll take a
without-
cup.
Thank you.
I did not leave my house.
One of these better have my extra sauce.
Are we doing like a...
Oh, yeah, we need to take a thumbnail. My bad. Hold on.
Is that good?
This is perfect.
I'm gonna button this up.
Unbutton?
No, I'm gonna button it to keep myself in while I'm eating this food.
I look over.
So we've just gotten our food. What did you order?
I got the 3-finger combo, no slaw, because I only eat the slaw if I'm gonna be home by myself for the rest of the night.
It
Me
makes-
and slaw just don't, we don't mingle.
I don't fuck with coleslaw.
Okay,
I
so
never
you just don't
get it.
like it.
I'll usually get double
That's
fry.
fair. I feel like slaw is such a good old Southern white person food.
Maybe one day when I'm 50, I'll eat it and I'll be like, this is what they were talking about.
This is what those white people have been eating all this time. It's giving retirement home food.
It does. Okay, so first things first, I mentioned that we're going to talk a little bit more about Maddie and kind of why she's on the show today. So we'll start with that. Brief intro on me and Maddie. So I met Maddie through work. We work at the same energy company together. Used to work on the same team, but not anymore.
Yeah.
And I very quickly learned, the first day that I met you, Maddie, in person, I was like, that's a fashion girl. Because you used to pull up to work in these big ass heels, and not stiletto heels, platform,
I did.
big chunky heels. She's 5'10". So I meet her and I'm like, hi girl. She's in the clouds.
I don't know what came over me.
And she would just prance like a little Polly Pocket, except she's 6 feet tall, into work every day, and then wear these really fabulous tops. And she was the only person that would dare to wear jeans into the office.
Yeah, and that was just because I didn't have anything else. And I was like, we're going to make it chic.
Dare I say you started a revolution? Because so many people on her team now are so much more relaxed with their
Jeans and a
office wear.
t-shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So thank you, Maddie.
That's funny.
And then as I've gotten to know her a lot better, I've seen her fashion continue to evolve, and honestly, she easily influences me on the daily. We always joke about how we're each other's influencers because our fashion is so aligned. And I'm going to let you talk a little bit about your background because the biggest thing I want to talk about today and what we're going to focus on the episode is kind of just finding your sense of fashion and your confidence to wear what you want where you live, because Maddie's not originally from Houston, and so it took her a second to kind of evolve to where she is here. today.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we're looking for tips on confidence and how to wear whatever the heck you want, no matter where you live, this is the episode for you. So, start with telling us a little bit about where you're from.
Yes.
How did you end up in Texas?
Okay, so I am from a small town in Washington called Spokane. And I think it's known for two things. One is like the crack capital of the state.
Wait, what? I didn't know that.
It's also known for birthing Sydney Sweeney into
that's
this
right.
world.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't go to school with her or anything, but we're very close in age, and we probably like cross paths all the time because you would go to a gas station and know everybody there.
That's insane to
Like,
me.
I couldn't tell you like the total population of Spokane, but it's small. So yeah, and then I moved here. How old was I? Like 14 or 15. So like a very impressionable age. Like I'm at the point where I'm starting to figure out who I am, what I like, who my friends are, who I want to be as a person. And I'm like, I move across the country. And I only knew my bubble in Spokane, Washington, so I literally thought I was going to be, like, riding horses to school. Because I was like, Texas, am I going to, like, get a horse and, like, ride to school?
That was
anything.
Was that your immediate reaction when your dad was like, Maddie, we're moving to Texas?
Yeah. No, I thought they were going to be, like, cacti everywhere. When you grow up in a small town like that and you're so isolated, you do not know anything about the world. And I'm genuinely scared about, like, the person I would have been had I never left. Because Spokane is so small, and Houston is like the most diverse city in the entire country.
Yeah.
So that was a huge change. Like, just people in my classrooms were different. There were different personalities and styles and languages, and it's like so different. My bubble is popped, and I have all of this different influence around me, like different people, and I think it shaped me into a better person than I would have been if I was there.
Well, now that we know where you're from and how you got to Texas, go ahead and describe for us your style.
My style, I would describe, what words do I use? Urban, like West Coast, with a touch of edgy. I like putting together outfits that take like thought and intention. I've always said like but I avoid dresses because it feels too easy. Like, you just put one thing on and then it's like, that's not very fun.
Yeah.
I love like the art of putting weird things together and then it like tells a story, or like they're weird colors that complement each other, or there's always one thing in my outfit that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't want to look like every other bitch.
Yeah. No, I understand
that is the one thing I think about like the West Coast style that I love that can become not so cute, is like they're all just clones walking around. They're all wearing the same thing. There's no uniqueness. I like the laid back style of West Coast fashion, but like adding something funky to it.
Yeah. I always say there should at least be one element in your outfit that's just a little bit ugly.
Yeah.
Like just a tiny bit. Where some people are not going to get it.
The ugly shoe theory, right?
Yeah.
Put together an outfit that just makes sense and then pick like an ugly shoe. And it'll just elevate it.
Yeah, I agree.
Not always, but you know, that's the theory.
It's something. It's like maybe your skirt's a little bit awkward or whatever.
Yeah. I did bring my ugly item today, and I'm not wearing it right now because it's a little bit impractical.
What is it?
Because it really hinders
It's a crown.
my vision. No, that'd be awesome though. It hinders my vision, and I already have really bad vision. But one of my favorite things that I feel like everyone makes fun of me for is ugly glasses.
Because they're
like,
fake glasses.
They're fake glasses. There's literally nothing in these. And they're smudgy. So that's even worse.
That's even uglier.
But, like, I don't know. Tell me this isn't giving something.
No, it does. I understand completely once it's on your face.
Should I wear them for the rest of this interview?
You should.
I posted these on my Instagram and I was like, are these cute? And pretty much everyone said these are ugly as hell, but on you it'll be okay. I was like, okay. I don't know what that means.
I think, and that's another personal theory. If you ever do a poll on your story and everybody says it's fucking ugly, you're gonna eat so hard when you put it on.
Yeah, I was even a hater on something you bought recently, and then you made it look so cute.
I mean, you have to trust the vision.
Confidence.
Not
is
everyone's
the key.
gonna see it.
Not everyone's gonna see it, but I think it takes a stylish person to take something that was really like ugly on the rack or just like in general, and make it cute.
1000%.
To me, I'm like, oh dang, like I could never do that. She's so cool. And that's the vibe I try to give by putting ugly things on. But Harry Potter ate in those glasses.
He did. And I don't know how, dude. Like,
That is the point I'm trying to make.
There's some, like, round little goggles, and tell me why sometimes he looked hot. Like, I remember being a teenager and being like, I think I have a crush on Harry Potter.
No, I just watched all 8 movies, and I definitely had a crush on Harry Potter.
You're like, yummy.
Yeah, literally. So, yeah, that would summarize my style, I think. Does that make any sense? Or was that a whole bunch of nothing?
I know that in the past you've talked about how, like, it took you a while to find your style.
Yes.
And a lot of it had to do with kind of like not really feeling like you fit in school. So talk to me a little bit about like confidence, maybe judgment, and how your style started to change after you left high school.
I think it all had to do with my body, honestly, because growing up, I'm very tall right now, but growing up, I was like stick thin and short, like double whammy. I was literally so small. And I always got called like chicken legs or like really tiny, and everything was like baggy on me. I don't know. I was like in that really awkward phase for a long time. And they say like the most awkward in high school are going to have the hardest glow up afterwards. And that was my case. Like I went to college and I wouldn't say my style got better, but it was significantly better compared to what it was in high school. And then I think I really stepped into who I am after college. Like most of my personal development happened after college.
I see.
Because in college, even then, I was like a little confused on who I was, who my friends were, like what I wanted to do, and also just money, right?
Yeah.
After college, I got like a job where we worked together and was able to like start exploring different things. But I wouldn't really say I like truly like my frontal lobe of fashion developed until like 2 years ago, which is crazy because I'm 25. So I was 23. I'd say that was when, like, I used to go shopping and just get frustrated because I didn't know what I wanted, what would fit on me, what would look good. But I can confidently like go into a store now and be like, no, yes, no.
I think that happens naturally in a lot of ways with people because even in areas outside of their life, outside of fashion, start to make more sense when your brain is fully developed.
Yeah.
The best way I can explain turning 26 is like, it finally feels like my brain is on. Like, I don't have to try that hard to think or like create. And now I feel like I dress the way that I want and that it's easier for me to put things together. But resources do help.
I think confidence, money, or whatever, however you want to classify that, and I would say like body image, which falls into the confidence category.
Yeah.
Once you like how your body looks in clothes, you're more inclined to like try different things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What do you think was still making you struggle with like insecurities in college? And do you think that fed in still to the way that you were dressing in college?
Absolutely. I had trouble making friends. It was kind of awkward. And that did show in my style, right? Because if you don't know who you are, how are you supposed to dress yourself? So I was just always kind of like in baggy stuff or like something I could quickly put on before class, but it wasn't like, I wasn't excited to get dressed.
Yeah.
I actually remember loathing getting dressed.
Really?
Because I was like, oh, I know this isn't going to look good on me. Like nothing. I don't like anything I have, but I didn't really care enough to fix it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I think that's why you see still like a ton of people. I personally never wear athleisure as outfits because I'm kind of scarred from college.
Yeah.
And that being like the default. Like, this is safe. This is what I could put on my body, and nobody's gonna think anything of it. Because I went through a really awkward phase in college as well.
Yeah.
Because I was really thin in high school and like before then. But then I gained way more than the freshman 15 in college, and it took me pretty much the whole pandemic to get back to my usual size. So as I'm like in this new body that felt like really weird and foreign to me, and I would like look in the mirror and it didn't look like me. All I wanted to do was wear things that made me feel like invisible. Like I knew that we're safe, that nobody was going to like bat an eye, because some people outright, like I have a distinct memory of being in like my local college like lounge or whatever.
Yeah.
And someone come in and they're like, wow, you've gained a lot of weight. And I was like, girl, what? I was gagged because like, you know, it's true. But
Someone said that
yeah,
like, out loud.
yeah, it was this student. He was actually like yeah, it was a he.
Jail time.
No, actually. I chalk it up to like cultural.
Jail time.
No, I know. I went and cried in my car after because it was just like hard to hear. Again, you know that it's true, but it's not nice.
No one should say that ever.
No, but I chalked it up to like cultural differences because he was an international student from somewhere else, and maybe like it's just more common to like comment on people's appearance. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, we were like sitting down and he's like, wow, you've gained a lot of weight. And I'm like, okay, King. I was just like, what do you want me to say to that? Like,
oh my God, that's crazy.
yeah. So since then, after I kind of like grew out of that, like I got into like a different rhythm. COVID was kind of like the reset button for me in terms of like thinking about what I want to wear. Because it's also when I started my YouTube channel the first time.
Right.
Where I was talking all about thrifted fashion, blah, blah, blah. And so I went through this whole era where I was like constantly experimenting with things and kind of getting back to normal. And I just couldn't look back. Like, I don't want to fall into the default of like only wearing things to look invisible.
Athleisure is such a trap.
It is.
Because like you don't really have to think about it. It's usually meant to squeeze you in. And there's just not, I mean, you can have personality with athleisure. Now I do. But it does take more effort to do that.
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about your process now. So, you know, now you're an adult, you know who you are, you're dressing the way that you want. What is your creative process like? And then if you have any like actionable tips for kind of getting to this point where you feel like you're in a really healthy spot with your fashion.
I do. I have one thing that like changed my mindset completely. And it was buy fit, do not buy size. The biggest mistake that I made, and I didn't even think about it, was I would only buy things because it was my size.
Okay.
So like, let's say I walk up to a table full of jeans and I'm not thinking, oh, let's try these on and see which one I like best on my body. I was thinking like, oh, I'm a size whatever, so that's what I'm going to grab. Didn't try it on, take it home. And
That's dangerous.
I know. And well, because in my brain, I was stuck under the impression that like you buy what size you are.
Yeah.
And the reason my style has changed entirely is because now I buy for fit. So like I could be a large in one thing and an extra small in another thing.
Yeah.
But I'm buying it because maybe I like how it makes a certain part of my body look, or like for me with jeans, I'm tall and I have long legs, so I like to wear them lower.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I discovered was that I am not a high-rise girl, because otherwise it eats up my whole body, and then I'm like giving nothing up top.
Yeah.
So I wear low-rise to like mid-rise, but I always like sink them down. So I need to buy like 1 or 2 sizes big.
Yeah.
So buy for size, and then I think my process is just like picking things that speak to me, that I know I could wear time and time again, that I wouldn't get super bored of. Like every now and then I'll pick something that's trendy, or it's like a loud print, or it's like for that specific season. But generally I like to buy a ton of like basics and mix and match them. And my last tip would be have a friend who knows you. Because every time I go shopping, I bring my friend Haley, and I swear she's like my personal shopper now. She just like picks things out, and I always love it. And because she saw it and she thought that it would look good on me, then like I know I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
Because she gets my style. Okay, these were just random things, and some of them I've already talked about.
Okay.
But these are like my rules for fashion personally, for
go
myself.
ahead.
So always picking one item that doesn't make sense.
Yes.
I don't like outfits that feel too easy to put on. I've talked about that. I love mixing metals, which I feel like a lot of people do that now, but that was just like a big
realization one day where I'm like, oh, I don't only have to wear gold.
Yeah.
Like, I can wear whatever I want, and it looks cool. So now my jewelry shopping possibilities are so much bigger because I can wear whatever I want. And then colors do not need to match. They can complement.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Like, unless it's a monochromatic look, I hate wearing things where all of the colors are the same.
Yeah.
Unless it's intentionally supposed to be monochromatic.
Now we're gonna do a mini game. Yay! Okay, first mini game is called Keep, Thrift, or Toss.
Okay.
Basically, I'm gonna list out different items, and you're gonna tell me if you'd keep them, or like basically, would you buy them regardless of price?
Okay.
Get rid of them no matter what the price is, or thrift them, or get them only secondhand.
I get what you're saying. Yep,
okay,
yep.
That was hard to explain. My brain was doing loops there. Okay, so we're gonna start off with leather trench coat. Keep, thrift, or toss.
Oh my God, you're gonna hate me so much in this segment. But
Just
I
say
would
it.
just buy it.
Full price.
I would keep, and I would buy it full price.
Wow, you could easily thrift that.
Perhaps, but I'm just not as good at that as you are.
True.
And like, I also want a specific fit. I have very long arms, and nothing
Yeah.
pisses me off more
Then 3/4
than
length.
something that. Well, if it's intentional, but like if it comes to here, I'm pissed off.
Yeah, me too.
So
I need like an Ariana Grande moment where
Yeah.
it's like super long.
I want you to just see my nails.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
probably buy.
Next one, sheer top.
I could thrift that.
Mm.
I feel like that thrift.
Yeah. Ugg mini boots.
Toss.
You're done? You're done with Ugg mini boots?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't have any.
You don't
And
have
I would
any
never
Uggs?
spend my own hard-earned dime on that.
See, that's where we differ. I bought my Uggs in literally circa like 2016, and I
Yeah.
never got rid of them. And I'm glad that I never did.
I mean, I still have my OGs too, and I grew up in Washington State,
That's
so I
true.
use them for skiing purposes.
Meanwhile, I wore them like 3 days out of the year.
And it's like 90 degrees here. I wore them so much as a kid, now I don't really care.
Yeah. Okay, next one is maxi denim skirt.
Toss.
Okay.
I do, however, think it would look really cool on someone else, but for me, that would just be giving way too much length.
Mm.
And I'm not trying to do that.
My other friend said that it also gave Christian.
Yeah. It's giving like I'm either going to church or I look like a ruler, and I don't want either of those things. So
Okay, next one is neon colors.
in the summertime, I would just buy it.
Okay.
I would just go buy it. Like a bikini.
Okay, like
I'm not
bright,
thrifting
bright
a
pink?
bikini.
Oh, no, girl. Me neither.
But like I would wear, neons for like swimwear.
Okay, but obviously buy.
Buy.
Okay, cowboy boots.
Buy.
I have to agree.
I really want Tacovas, but I'm going to wait.
Okay.
But eventually I would love to just go to a boot store, like a legitimate boot store. And
It needs
buy
to be Tacovas.
an expensive pair of boots.
You should. Everybody deserve them if you're in the South.
I want red.
There you go.
They will be in my closet eventually.
Okay, next one is corset tops.
Buy.
I did not expect that. She's
I
gagged.
feel like I just bought one too. I don't know.
You like a corset top?
It wouldn't necessarily like tie up like a corset, but it's like it's gonna like boost up the girls.
Okay.
And I want it to boost them up just the right way. So again, I would have to go buy that so that I could go for the right shape. You know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Although I will say it's very easy to thrift them.
Yeah, I feel like I could see that.
They're all in the
And I'm
lingerie
sure if I
section.
just put in some effort, I could probably make that
It's because
work.
you're probably looking for them in the wrong place. You
Yeah.
need to go to the lingerie section. I know that's kind of gross, but they're all there.
No, I would go to the lingerie section.
Okay, next one is graphic tees with band names you don't know.
Girl, I wear that now.
Buy? Thrift?
Okay, can we adjust it to like a sports number? Because I have
Wait,
so many
what?
shirts with random sports numbers on
Oh,
them.
okay.
Like jersey number.
Yeah. No, yes.
So buy.
Okay.
Because I literally just bought 2.
Also, that's like 30% of everything Brandy Melville has is like random.
Random numbers.
Yeah.
What does it mean? I don't know. But I like it.
Yeah. Crocs.
You know my answer. Burn. They piss me off, and so many of my friends wear them.
I love my Crockies.
My friend sent me a link to ones the other day, and I literally gave it the thumbs down emoji.
They're practical.
They're ugly. Your feet are gonna sweat.
No, not if they have holes.
I don't want to see your toes sticking out. I wore them when I was like 4.
Hey, hear me out. When you do a lot of yoga, like hot yoga.
Bitch, wear a flip-flop.
Sometimes I do.
Wear a flip-flop.
But a Croc is better because it like protects your foot. It's really good if you're like at a water park.
Okay, but we are not speaking like wearing out and about.
I don't wear it for fashion purposes. Like I wear it for practicality.
No, I wouldn't even wear it for practicality.
I love my Crocs.
Toss.
I was actually this close to thrifting a pair of black clogs with no holes. I was like, wait, why is this kind of giving like funky? Like I'm gonna buy them. They were too small, so I couldn't get them.
I would add to the Burn collection Birkenstocks and jelly sandals.
I don't hate a Birkenstock. The normal ones, yes, I hate them.
I hate them all. I don't know what it is. I just don't like them.
You might get canceled.
It just, to me, it's giving like van life vibes.
Oh, like granola girl.
Granola girl. I don't know. It's just not me.
Okay.
That's not me.
That's not very West Coast of you because I feel like a lot of people have Birkenstocks on the West Coast.
Yeah, and I don't like those people.
You're like, and they can leave the West
Kidding.
Coast. Everyone who's come on the show gets canceled.
Yeah, that's fine. Accept it. Okay.
Let me read through the next section. I think we've talked through a lot of this.
Was that all the items?
Yeah, that was all the items. So mini game over. We're going to move into the next section. I really only want to ask one question out of this section.
Okay.
As we were going to talk about it a little bit. So honing in a little bit more to like your West Coast influence, who are you looking to as fashion icons?
I have a list.
Go ahead.
And it's not exclusive to the West Coast, but I will say my number 1 West Coast baddie. And I don't even think she lives on the West Coast. She's just always in LA. Her name, I think I've talked about her to you. Her name is Salome Andrea. She's the girl with the Luca and Rue, the little twins.
Yeah.
Her twins are adorable. That's why I followed her initially. But I like discovered her at the exact same time I was like discovering, like my brain developed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. I like the way she dresses made her body look so good, and my body is like kind of similar. So she opened my eyes up to like the baggy jean, which is now such a staple of mine that it'll be 95 degrees here and I'm wearing a baggy jean.
Oh, 1,000%, because they are more comfortable for hot weather than skinny jeans. Like in skinny jeans, you just get sweaty and then you can't pull them up when you go to the restroom.
And I love how they look on me. I swear, bury me in baggy jeans. She said like the modern day princess holds up her baggy jeans and not her dress. And I relate to that.
You should tattoo "Bury me in baggy jeans" as a tramp stamp.
Yeah. And there's just something about like a baggy jean that rides low and it like hits you right where your waist is like the widest.
Yes.
And then you put a shirt on that like sucks you in. You just feel so like womanly.
Yeah. It looks really good.
Salome is a goddess. She always wears ugly glasses too. I think she kind of opened my eyes up to like a confident girl can wear something ugly and make it look so cool.
Yes. And she does such a good job of dressing her kids like they're kids.
Yeah. Like they're kids, but they're still cool. Like they're so funky and different. You can't say like everybody has the stuff that they wear.
No.
So Salome, I really like Bella Hadid, which is kind of random, but also like similar body type, and I just like the model off-duty look. You could probably throw Kendall Jenner into that too, but I feel like Bella Hadid is just cool girl right now, so that's like more fun to talk about.
And now she's more into like Western influence because of her hottie hot boyfriend.
I know, and that's fun for us because, you know, it gives me ways to style boots. Like for rodeo season, I was like only looking at things she's worn. There was someone else I was gonna mention. Jennifer Aniston in the 90s.
Yeah, she's
not just
good.
For her hair, but like her outfits scream West Coast because she's very into like it kind of looks like she just threw it together and it's super cool girl.
I agree.
So yeah, that's my list.
Okay, last question for this section. Did you answer this? Where are you shopping?
Oh, I did not answer this. And my answers are really boring, and I feel like they bring down my coolness level, like down a couple notches, because I'm not like one of those bitches that's like shopping on unique websites. And I mean, I would, if it wouldn't create such a like terrible habit of mine. Online shopping. I really try to not online shop as much because at least in store, I know if I'm going in there, I'm going to drop money.
Yeah.
So like I can be intentional about when I do it. But Urban Outfitters is like my number one bitch. And I feel like that's such an annoying answer because it's where like every teeny bopper shops. But they have a designer called Kimchi Blue. And she is my favorite. Like every time I go there, I buy like almost exclusively her stuff.
Yeah. You would love Newly.
Probably.
Because it's an Urban Outfitters owned thing. So
Yeah,
they
I'd
have
probably
like
love that.
Free People, all of them. Kimchi Blue's all over it.
Yeah.
You should try it out.
I
And you
might.
should use my link.
I just might. Urban Outfitters, I like Levi's a lot because again, denim is like my thing.
Yeah.
Brandy, Melville, and then I put Cotton On because I feel like Cotton On is so slept on, but their stuff is really cute.
It's cute, but it's kind of expensive for what it is. Like, the quality isn't insane, and everything's always, like, super expensive.
It is kind of expensive, but I feel like when I go shopping, I just don't look at the prices. Because I'm like,
You're like, what I don't know won't hurt me. Yeah.
I go shopping because I know I need things. I know what it is that I need, and as long as it feels good and it fits good, I buy it.
Yeah.
But that's why I have to be, like, selective about when I go shopping. And then for shoes, Dolce Vita.
Yeah, I agree.
Because any pair of shoes, I could, like, blindly buy things on there and love everything.
And everything's really comfortable. And that's what I really have come to appreciate about that brand is I know it's not going to, like, kill my feet.
Yeah.
I feel like when I go shopping, it's a challenge for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to find the cheapest thing on the rack.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't really go to, like, the mall.
Oh,
Because
I
that's
love
so
the mall.
hard. I love the mall as well, but just for fun. Like, I'll just go to, like, try things on. I know I'm not going to walk out with bags. Like,
I go to walk out with, like, 10 bags.
I can't do it.
You need to come with me.
But it's because I'm like, what's the word? In Spanish, it's like mal acostumbrada, which means like I have a bad habit. Like, that's what it means. Of buying only cheap clothes. Like, I'm so used to only buying shirts that are less than $10, and then I'll go to a mall and I'm like, $80?
Yeah.
Girl.
I don't know what happened to me, but, like, I just don't look.
You're like, it's so weird. Like, I just have money and I can just buy things.
Well, it helps that I'm a dink.
Yeah.
But also, like, I feel like I keep a lot of other areas of my life low maintenance so that I can shop.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah, you are frugal in different ways.
Yeah. I pick my poisons. And for me, it has to be shopping.
Yeah. I mean, it's the funnest thing to have.
Yeah.
So the very last thing we have then is to just wrap up the episode.
Okay.
How sad. We've come to
know.
the end.
We've been yapping. It's literally dark out.
I know. We've already talked a lot about these things, but if you had like one last thing, one last piece of advice for people, what would it be?
I think it is you need to figure out who you are to bring your style to the next level. Like, it's really hard to dress yourself when you don't know a lot about yourself. And that sounds silly, but a lot of people just don't know a lot about themselves. Like, you don't spend time with yourself just thinking.
Yeah.
So I feel like you really have to have a good idea of who you are, what you want to, like, develop your style. And then also just being aware of your body, which is hard to do with body dysmorphia, which is something everybody goes through. Like, really learn your body and buy for the fit that makes you feel most confident, not just the size, because that's literally going to change the way that you wear clothes.
Yeah, 1,000%. And I mean, it's so true. Like, I've said this before. When it comes to fashion, your style is so much more than the clothes you put on your body. Like, being well-read, being interesting, having interests even outside of clothes, even though that's like my main thing.
Yeah.
That's truly, I think, what changes the game.
Yeah. And it
So-
shows up in the way that you dress yourself.
Exactly. And you're just so much more aware.
Yeah.
You're like the complete package when you've become like a self-fulfilled person, and then dressing becomes kind of like second nature.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really, really good tidbit to share.
Yeah.
that's gonna be it, you guys. Make sure if you made it all the way to the end of this video, go ahead and comment down below one of your favorite tips that Maddie shared, or share a little bit about who your fashion icons are, what your inspiration is, and stay tuned for the next one. Okay guys, that's it. Bye.